Hey guys, welcome to the Fool Show. I just gotta say a few things after Jim Harbaugh is supposedly suspended by the Big Ten for the rest of the Big Ten season. Um, I can't believe how stupid the Big Ten is. So, I just want to say a few things, just some thoughts. I know I haven't done a lot of videos on this because I'm like, let's just get some evidence. So, first off, okay, as I understand it, the Big Ten Commissioner Petitti can only unilaterally by himself suspend a coach for 2 games under the sportsmanship policy. That's what I've heard all week. All week. That it was like 2 games. Like last week he was in Ann Arbor with Santa Ono, the president of Michigan, and like he wanted Michigan to impose a 2-game ban on Harbaugh. Santa Ono said no. Okay, like, well, keep going with this. Santa Ono's like, there's no evidence presented yet. You haven't completed an investigation yet. The NCAA's not done with their investigation. Okay, so what happened? Because what I've all been hearing is 2 games is the max he can do by himself. If he needs more, if he wants more, I should say, if he wants more than 2 games, he needs like a vote from I think it was the presidents of the Big Ten to vote on it. If that happened, if there was a vote of the presidents of the Big Ten and no one knew anything about that in the news story, that's insane for how many leaks there are in this story. That there would be a vote and no one knew the presidents were meeting and voting on this. So I think that's unthinkable that he would do that. So maybe I'm naive, but I think you would know that the presidents were meeting to vote on Jim Harbaugh's guilt. Secondly, the investigation's not over. I don't even know if the Big Ten's done an investigation. All they've done is listen to whiny coaches and whiny ADs and ignore the other evidence coming out that this is pretty commonplace. Regardless, okay. Homer, Michigan Homer, I get it. Where was there notice that the Big Ten is doing an investigation? Where was any evidence provided? It just makes me scratch my head. It just makes me think the AD, or the president of the Big Ten, Petitti, is just a complete idiot, because it seems like he's going against the Big Ten bylaws, and I've seen tweets saying that from reputable people that he's going against the Big Ten bylaws. So if that's the case, how stupid is this guy? Another little loser move. I would use another word, but I can't. I don't want to swear on here. Another loser move is look at the timing of this. It was rumored it might come out Wednesday. It might come out Thursday. No, you know when it comes out? Friday afternoon, after Michigan's already been on the flight to Penn State. They're already in Penn State, in Happy Valley. And what also is today? It's a federal holiday. Veterans Day is observed today. How much of the court systems and such are shut down today because it's a federal holiday? So it's like a little loser move by the Big Ten to try to wiggle this in on a Friday afternoon, on a day when the courts are probably closed. And don't get me wrong, I totally think Michigan's not an idiot, and they're like, you know what, they expected the Big Ten Petitti to be a little worm loser, and did this, and they were ready for this little crap move. So I would totally suspect that Michigan's already called up a judge in Washtenaw County, a Michigan-friendly judge, and there's going to be an injunction on this like right now. Because everything I've heard listening to like local sports shows, I listened to a huge show here around the Grand Rapids area. They had like a sports legal lawyer on yesterday, or maybe it was the day before, we're talking about how Michigan could do this and why, because they can say this suspension would cause irreparable harm and such and all that. So I totally think there's going to be easily an injunction. Other thoughts that come in my mind. Last week, supposedly, Petitti met with Michigan, like I said, with Ward Manuel and Santa Ono, and like Fox. I heard Fox was at there, and Fox was adamant they did not want to have any suspension impact the game. Right? They want Jim Harbaugh on the sideline for that game. It makes absolutely no sense why you would suspend Harbaugh for 3 games. Because then he's going to definitely be out for the game. I could see it logically, placidly, whatever, logically, that they would suspend him for 1 game. Well, it's too late for him to do it in Penn State, get an injunction. Maybe he would do it for Maryland, and that'd be it. But 3 games, you think he's going to take a 3-game suspension? The last 3 games, 2 biggest games for Michigan the whole stupid year. You think he's going to accept that? Like, what kind of an idiot are you, Petiti? I just have no clue who's giving you advice. Which brings another question. What lawyers does he have? Now, lawyers aren't totally stupid. What lawyer is telling him that what you're doing, Petiti, is a good move? Let's go with this. Or is he just going complete rogue and, like, not listening to his lawyers? I would love to know. Because from what I've heard, this sounds like just complete stupidity on his part. So Jim Harbaugh supposedly is going to be suspended 3 games for unsportsmanlike policy. Sorry, I could pull out the tweet, but I saw another one saying that there's no evidence whatsoever. The NCAA has found no evidence corroborating Stallions to Harbaugh. Another one I think was saying the Big Ten. See if I can pull it up here. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. I know. I think see if I can pull it up here. Oh, I probably moved it. Bah humbug. Sorry. But I thought there was another one that said the Big Ten had no evidence of evidence of Harbaugh. I'm trying to see if my brother sent it to me. I'm so sorry. This isn't the greatest video. I don't know. If you're Harbaugh, okay, there's 2 sides of this. One, I would love him to say, I don't care. You tried to suspend me. What are you going to do about it? But then they'll be like, oh, we got to punish the whole team. They can't go to the Big Ten title game if they made it, But it makes lunacy. It just seems so lunacy to me that Petiti doesn't realize Michigan is his number 2 biggest revenue generator in the conference. I'll say Michigan and Ohio State 1 and 2, whichever way you want to go. I don't care. But everyone else is by far below them in football, right? Well, Penn State, great. You sell 100,000. I'm not saying you're not a big fan base, but you're not on the level of Michigan. Just you're not. And Ohio State's up there. I mean, just as the Big Ten, maybe you have 3. Throw Penn State in. Fine. 3. Football is what generates the money. And that's what made the Big Ten go off and add USC and UCLA, Oregon, and Washington. And now you're going to try to tick off your, second best money maker? If that, what are your top 3? You're going to try to tick them off? I've seen people say, why don't Michigan go and call the ACC, call the SEC, just leave. If you're going to have this kind of an idiot as your president of the Big Ten, leave. I mean, I just don't understand why he would stay. I mean, you've had I know I'm a fan, but it seems like Michigan gets just, jobbed all the time by the Big Ten. Maybe Michigan has to go off and pull a Texas, right? And demand we have our own network, the Longhorn Network, and make sure we get our own share of more than our the rightful share of our money, not equal share, but give us the majority of our money, kind of like Florida State and Clemson are saying down in the ACC when they're looking at the money they're getting, right? So maybe it'd be the SEC go to that, right? I just don't know what Petiti's thinking. What is your end game, Petiti? What are you really thinking? I don't know, because I think what you're doing is the most idiotic decision I could ever think, that you would suspend him for 3 games, throwing in jeopardy the game. So this storyline is going to be not talking about what probably might be. I know Michigan gets there, but number 2 versus number 3 or something like that, right? No, now they're going to be talking, oh, Jim Harbaugh's not on the sideline. You think he's not going to be on the sideline for Ohio State, Michigan? If it's 2 versus 3, any game, Ohio State, Michigan, you think our head coach isn't going to be there? What kind of an idiot are you, Petiti? And you think this is the best course of action? I'm just flabbergasted, there's the word, that you got in a position of power for being so stupid. You're supposedly a TV executive. You obviously don't have a clue how sports works. You might understand the TV money, but I don't even know if you get that, because you're trying to alienate your second, at least one of your top 3 programs in football. You're trying to alienate them. What an idiot. Well, we'll see how this goes. I'm sure there'll be some injunctions soon. Maybe I'll talk about it. I'll try to do a video tonight after Michigan's basketball game. They're playing tonight. And I didn't get a video out after the first game, but when I saw they looked good. Obviously, they put up a lot of points. But, 8:30 games, it's tough for me to stay up and do a video after that. I work early in my job, so it is what it is. I don't know, guys. Back to Harbaugh. I don't know what to make of this. It's just lunacy to me that they're going down this avenue. And I'm just hopeful and have a little smirk and thinking I can't wait for Michigan to smack them on the head. Be like, what are you doing, you complete morons? The Big Ten is like trying to self-implode because they just can't admit. We listen to a chorus of coaches, not all the coaches, a chorus of coaches and a chorus of ADs whine and complain about Michigan when it comes out that, like, now so many people are doing it, but, Petitti's an idiot and just listens and wants to be like the new kid on the block and be a hero to them all. Instead of, like, thinking, wait, where's due process? There isn't any. He's an idiot, and he's going to get sued, and it'll be interesting to see. Because I'm sure his lawyers maybe think he wins, or he's just a complete idiot. And Michigan certainly thinks they're going to win. Otherwise, they wouldn't be fighting it this much. So, hey, guys. What is going on? Thanks for watching. If you have any comments, put them in the box below. I'll talk to you guys later. Basketball tonight, Penn State tomorrow. As always, thanks. And go Blue!